Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be focusing on Splunk, primarily Splunk basics. We're going to learn about that, a bit of how Splunk is the leading SIEM solution in the market that provides the ability to collect, analyze, and correlate the network and machine logs in real time. In this room, we'll explore basics of Splunk and its functionalities, how it provides better visibility of network activities, and how it helps in speeding up the detection. We'll also go over different ways to ingest logs and normalization of logs. Let's get started by visiting the IP provided to us. Here we're going to load the Splunk Enterprise, the version 2005 to 2023, latest version. Here's a quick overview of the dashboard. On the left, we have apps, search and reporting, Python upgrades, Splunk Essentials for Cloud and Enterprise, as well as Splunk Secure Gateway. In the middle here, we can see we can add data, take Splunk from other applications. So we'll move forward with that as the room goes along. Splunk has three main components, namely forwarder, indexer, and search head. These components are explained below. Forwarder is a lightweight agent installed on an endpoint intended to be monitored, and its main task is to collect the data and send it for a Splunk instance. It does not affect the endpoint's performance as it takes away very few resources in the process. Some of the key data sources are web server generating web traffic. Here we can see a couple different examples from Linux, Windows, Safari, DB, as well as Mac OS. Web server generating traffic, Windows machine, Linux, and DB. Yep. Okay, so Splunk Indexer. Plays a main role in processing the data it receives from all of these instances we just mentioned. And it's going to normalize it into field value pairs, determine types of data, as well as store them. We'll scroll down to the indexer. Splunk Indexer plays a main role in processing the data it receives from forwarders. Takes the data, normalizes it into field pairs. Okay. And we'll check out the search head. Splunk Search Head is the place within the search and reporting app where users can search the index logs as shown below. When the user searches for a term or uses a search language known as Splunk Search Processing Language, the request is sent to the indexer and the relevant events are returned in the form of field value pairs. Here we can see a quick snapshot of search and reporting and doing index is equal to main. We'll go a little bit deeper in depth as we move along. We briefly went over how to navigate Splunk and the different capabilities, functionalities. Now we're going to go to adding data. We're actually going to download the task files. It's going to be vpnlogs.json, and we're going to ingest that data as per the documentation. When the data is added to Splunk, the data is processed and transformed into a series of individual events, which we'll be taking a look at. Data sources can be event logs, website logs, firewall logs, etc. In this room, we're going to focus on VPN logs. When we click on the Add Data and the VPN log. Scrolling down a bit, we can see a few questions here, as well as the ending. Scrolling down here, as you can see, there are a lot more logs we can add to the Splunk instance. The Splunk supports various source types. Download the attached log file, VPN logs, and upload this file to the Splunk instance with the right source type. Note, in this case, you're using the attack box. The file is available in the root room Splunk basic directory. All right. First question. Upload the data attached to this task and create an indexed VPN logs. How many events are present in the log file? All right. Here we'll go to add data in Splunk. We'll find our downloaded JSON file. Room Splunk basic. Maximum file upload is 500 megabytes. We'll click in top right next. Set source type. This page lets you see how the Splunk platform sees your data before indexing. Here's the final review before we submit. File has been uploaded successfully. Let's go ahead and begin searching. How many events are present in the log file? (2,862). As you can see by the events in the top left. Also able to see a lot more data, such as source country, event time, username, source IP, the index, of course. We'll take a look at the next question. How many log events by the user Melina were captured? That would be 60. Check that by going to the user ID or the username. So here we can see username. We have 51 values. Simon, James, Melina. Count 60 for Melina. What is the name associated with IP 107.142.38? All right, let's go back to the Splunk instance here. Moving to the next question, we're going to search the source is equal to VPN logs and source type JSON. We're going to add in the IP that it's requesting us to. And immediately we get some hints back. There's 52 events that have been logged. We're able to see the company, Cybersecurity, source country. Moving down. We're able to see the username is Smith, providing us with the answer. You can also check on the bottom left. There's a user. So Smith is going to be the name associated with that IP. Moving on to the next question, what is the number of events that originated from all countries except for France? So this is where we're going to take advantage of the different interesting fields here. We're going to go ahead and use the source country. Here we see we only have 52 counts from the United States. We're going to change the parameter. Here we'll be changing the parameter and searching with source is equal to the country. In this case, France, and we will add in the not. All right, this is actually going to provide us with all countries that are obviously not France. Checking the events, we have 5,000. Oh, it looks like that's wrong. Let's go ahead and try again. Searching for all countries except for France, we're able to come up with 2,814. Let's move on to the next question. How many VPN events were observed by the IP 107.3.206.58? Once again, we're going to change the search parameters. And the source is equal to IP. Source IP is equal to 107.3.206.58. 56 events logged. All right, let's go back. Running it again. We should get 14 events this time. All right, so we're able to observe 14 VPN events there. That's pretty much going to conclude the basics of Splunk. In this run, we explored Splunk, its components, and how it works. Next, we're going to be incident handling with Splunk, investigating with Splunk, as well as doing some challenges.